This is the 2018 Diesel Power Challenge, presented by XDP. We're back in the mountains of Colorado for our test of truck strength and speed, driver skill, and mechanical know-how. There are 6 segments to the challenge: dyno, fuel consumption, trailer tow, drag racing, cone course, and sled pull. At the end of the 4 days, we'll tally up the points and crown this year's champion.
Hi everybody and welcome to the 2018 Diesel Power Challenge presented by XDP. I'm Alan Reinhart and I'm going to be your host for this competition. Now this is not easy. There's a reason they call it a challenge. It's designed to be tough. We're at ATS in Denver, Colorado on their Mustang 1750 dyno. Something to keep in mind when you look at the numbers here. Everybody uses dyno numbers that are corrected. This one won't be. It's raw power, exactly what your wheels are putting to the rollers here today. And we are in Denver, Colorado, so the altitude affects everybody. But everybody's dealing from the same deck. They're all working with the exact same parameters. The dyno's up next, but first, let's check in with KJ Jones. He'll tell us a little more about this year's competition.
For the longest time, this was viewed as, per our title, Diesel Power Challenge, so people just thought about power, meaning dyno and drag strip being the stop-all, end-all, determining factors in who wins or who loses. But you have to look at this from the really big picture and see that it's a collective competition. You're garnering points in a lot of these segments, and where you might rock out on the dyno or might rock out on the drag strip, you could fail in fuel consumption, or you could fail in the cone course trying to jockey an 11,000-pound trailer through cones. So it's a driver deal as well as a truck deal, as well as a team deal. And I think that that's one of the big things that we try to make sure people understand when they look at Diesel Power Challenge versus some of the other competition. The fuel consumption can be a compromise point because it's held in a controlled dyno cell at ATS Diesel Performance, and temperature comes into play. We have a fan on the engines or on the front of the truck, but you're driving against a computer-generated course, if you will. And it's various pedal modulations, pedal inputs, and braking and such. And with that being a simulation and not really on the street, temperature comes into play, and that's something that guys will have to watch. And if you have a truck that's supposedly a street-compatible truck, you should be able to make it through, but that hasn't always been the case. As far as tallying and scoring Diesel Power Challenge, honestly, it's like rocket science, man. It's very hard to stand here and describe. We really don't know who wins or who's the leader of the first 3 places until we sit down after the competition and total the scores.
We're getting ready to start the dyno competition. Garrett Osane is getting his truck strapped down right now. Now here's the rules. Once the first pull starts, the competitors have 30 minutes. They can make 1 and call it good. They can make 20 if they've got enough time. But when that 30-minute clock runs out, you're done. Your best number is going to be your entry in the dyno competition. Garrett lives less than 60 miles from here. He drove down yesterday figuring, hey, I'll meet the guys, I'll say hi. But when 2 of them didn't show up, the alternate is in, and he's up first on the dyno.
My name is Garrett Osane, originally from Casper, Wyoming, out of Windsor, Colorado now. The truck is 2010 F350 6.4 Power Stroke. It's chock full of elite diesel parts, Carrillo rods. It's Elite's max power turbos, 6682, some 100 overs from RCD. It's a strong running truck. We knew we were the alternate. We were preparing like we might get a play, but we didn't hear anything from anyone, no call, no email. So we came down Sunday afternoon, really expecting to do a meet and greet and turn around and head home. Got down here and that's when we found out, and it was, all right boys, it's go time now.
Okay, listen, we've got Garrett Osane on the dyno. He's just made his first dyno hit here at Diesel Power Challenge 2018, and I believe that was was considered fuel only, i.e. he did not use any nitrous oxide. I'm sure that Garrett knows, or certain that his truck can do a little better than that, and what's going on right now is the team is setting up a nitrous oxide system. Right now you're seeing that teamwork in action. They're doing what they got to do in the 30-minute time window to get it done, get back up and running on this dyno and try to put a bigger number up.
Garrett, a first pull with no nitrous solenoids firing, a mad thrash to get it fixed. You end up over 1,000 horsepower, but still look a little disappointed.
Yes, sir. It's kind of low for what we were expecting, low for what we've seen before, but we've been here a lot. We know it's a tough dyno. We call it the heartbreaker dyno. It's a pretty tough one to run on.
Well, this is 6 events that make your total score, and Garrett does have a score on the board for both yesterday and today. 4 competitors didn't finish yesterday. He's still in this fight.
My name is Cody Pulliam, and I'm from Ammon, Idaho. My 04 Duramax has a fully built motor by Bird Racing engine chassis back home. Has Carrillo rods and pistons in it. They're hybrid set. Just got 100 over extra Gs, a 750 pump in the valley, and a 12 mil pump for fuel. So, and then I got SXC 69 over an 88 kit built by SDP Scott. Has a no-zone transmission built by Dimitri Miller. Track bars by Siskiyou Diesel from Matt Ray. Got me those this week. Got them put on actually yesterday. I was supposed to have a bunch of crew members come, but they had to go to another event in Oregon. So I bought one of my buddies, Dustin, with me because he was like, I'll go with you and hang out and help you out. So I'd say 1 crew member and just me. So we'll see what happens.
Cody's truck got on the dyno and the nitrous solenoids would not fire. The clock has already been running. He's inside his 30 minutes. It ended up being too much bottle pressure. As you can hear, they've got the problem fixed. This is his first pull, but the clock is already running. Cody started with some drama and then got 4 hits on the dyno. Tell me first, what was going on?
So we upped the bottle pressure we thought was going to be good, but it was way too much bottle pressure, so we fought it, and so we finally just grabbed a new bottle, threw it in there, and it worked. So it's definitely, truck runs still after 4 good pulls, and I'd say downshifted the 1, but we're happy. The truck's running and can keep competing.
Things are a little bit different here in Denver when you're playing with this much altitude, but he's got good numbers up, and remember, we've still got 7 more trucks to go.
My name is Trey Hutton. I'm from Conrad, Montana, northern Montana, pretty much Canada as everybody calls us. It's an 03 LB7. It was bought out of Illinois, built in New Mexico. It came with a built motor. 2 days after I got the motor, we destroyed it. I made 1 pass, blew everything apart. Rebuild started. Dimitri wanted to do the trans. I told him no. 2 days after I got the motor back together, I grenaded the trans completely from ground up. He rebuilt it. I didn't have the money at the time. I was on winter layoff, so he made it a mild build and told me not to hot rod it. So first day I get it back, made 1 good pull, and the C2, P2 pooped out, broke the input and output shaft. Still a stock crank, so we're kind of hoping that doesn't decide to break up here. Other than that, it's been a push.
Well, Trey, a little down compared to the nitrous trucks, but you know you're going to be. You've got 4 events left before this is over.
Yep, yeah, we're way under, can't get underneath turbo. I mean, we're fighting my own turbo. 40 pounds of boost when we're making 80, 90 on the street. So we got other events to make up. We finished. We're not getting a DNF, so that's all that matters for us right now.
This room kills dreams, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a dream crusher.
I'm Andrew Morrison out of Salisbury, North Carolina. It's a 1994 Dodge 2500. Has a mechanical 12 valve in it. It's running a twin setup, 69 over a 480 side-by-side kit. The engine's been decompressed. 13-to-1 compression ratio. You know, built bottom end, Carrillo rods, girdle. As far as the transmission, I'm running a 47 RH, which came, you know, factory in the 94s. It's a fire pump trans. It's a Comp 3 fat shafts. It's a full street truck, driven on the weekends. I entered the magazine not thinking that I'd actually get put in the magazine. And then once I found out I got put in it, I knew that I had to get here, I had to get in. You know, did everything I can, reached out to everybody, said, hey, vote for me, put me there, give me a chance to go and to prove everybody a mechanical truck can still make it happen. And when he called my name out, I was actually one of the first ones. And nothing else really mattered in that video. Once I heard my name, I went crazy. I was excited. Really glad to be a part of this and come out here and get to compete against everybody.
Spun the tires on the first pull, got that problem solved, but the numbers still didn't come up. Any idea why?
I honestly don't have a clue. I mean, we threw 300 shot of nitrous to it. Any other given day on any truck that should make some power. The truck's made plenty of power before. Not understanding what's going on here. Don't know if there's some kind of calibration issue or what. Try to overdrive the second time, the third time, because everybody was thinking maybe it's the gear. Still didn't make no difference in the numbers, so we're not sure what's going on here.
Look forward to seeing this truck at the racetrack. That'll be the next stop.
My name is Shane Merriman. Where I'm from is New Brighton, Pennsylvania. It's a 1974 F-250 crew cab. Originally it was from California. I bought it, had it shipped here. Had a 390 C6 motor, two-wheel drive. And then just through the stages, it had a 12-valve Cummins to where it's at now. It has a common rail, twin turbo. And running a 47 RE with manual valve body. 05 Super Duty axles. So besides the frame and body, everything else has been updated or changed. Well, that's a truck back when they made real trucks. No offense, but these trucks nowadays, you look at them, they rust. You look at that, it doesn't have much on it. Not to say they don't rust, but back in the day, they built stuff to last. And anyone can buy a truck off the lot and add a turbo and some injectors, but it takes heart and determination to take something from nothing and add everything that you want and build your own truck. So.
A boot on the intercooler tube is what blew off on Shane's first run. Normally you wouldn't think it would be a big deal, but the first one they got to replace it with was the wrong size. They've got the truck back together now, but they're running out of time. This is more than likely going to be their last hit at the dyno. Shane, 799 horsepower the first time, and it blew a boot off. 890 the second time. What happened?
Well, can't keep the boots on, blowing our own boots off. So we're just gonna get a better silicone boot, clamp it tighter, and the truck's solid, wasn't overheating, EGTs were good. We sprayed it with some nitrous, and we'll be at the track tomorrow. So,
well, the mad thrash paid off. He got 100 more horsepower on the second pull.
My name is Cody Cook. I'm from Martinsville, Indiana. I brought my parents, my brother, Dimitri Millard and his girlfriend and his son. It's a 2001 Chevy 2500 HD Duramax, compound turbo setup. It's got a S483 in the valley, a GT 5541 over the top, built trans, by Dimitri Millard. It's got 342 gears, dual fast lift pumps, Exergy 450% over injectors, dual 12 mil pumps. I've been working really hard on everything for the last month, trying to get it ready. I mean, ton of work, just changing the whole turbo setup and just everything.
Cody, that was a jaw-dropping number that you just put up on the screen, but it looked like you were having issues at first. Tell me first what the problem was.
Never dynoed a truck, so I mean, just learning. Didn't have it in the window whenever I hit the nitrous, and just so I got out of it. So, and then let it come down.
You pretty much stunned the entire group here. You still have time. Do you try to better that number, or do you just stand pat?
We're gonna maybe make another pull. I feel like I can do better. We're just gonna let the truck cool down, and we'll see.
I am looking forward to that if he decides to make a second one. That's the best dyno pull we've seen here in a long time.
I'm Travis Richards from Clearfield, Pennsylvania. It's a 2007 5.9, early 07, 6-speed, single 12 mil pump, 250 horse injectors, small 2.5 turbo. It actually has a 2012 G56 in it, Valair triple disc. I mean, as far as that, I mean, it's pretty set up for pulling. It's kind of what we do. I mean, I still daily the truck, so last year it was kind of a point to win a 2.5 championship and drive it to each hook. We only actually trailered it to one. I mean, we stopped on the way out in Missouri for a test hook. We ended up second out of a bunch of 2.6 trucks, so we were pretty happy and pretty confident. So, I mean, I think we'll be all right. We sharpened our knife as good as we could for a gunfight, so.
Travis let the truck cool down a bit, and as you saw, the numbers didn't come up very much. He's still got solid numbers to stand on. We'll have to wait until the rest of the contest to see if he can pick it up.
My name is Zach Scholes. I'm from Bluffton, Ohio, small town in northwest Ohio. So what I've got is a 2004 Ford F-250, 6-liter diesel. Aside from the body being all original, everything has been gone through. The engine is a fully blueprinted, balanced 6-liter. Everything from shaft tech crankshaft all the way up through waggler rods, pistons that we did our own bowl cuts and whatnot for.
worn diesel injectors. We're running a S488 over an S369 compound turbo system. Everything you see on there aside from the transmission was custom built at our shop. The only thing I've gotten as far as real concerns is if we do have any sort of driveline issue, you never know what's going to happen, you know, in some of these events. So, like I said, we brought plenty of parts just to try and you'll be ready for whatever happens.
Combination on this truck, Zach started out a little bit soft. The determination after that pull, it needs more nitrous. They're simply doing a jet change. They're going to put more nitrous into it and then hit it one more time. Zach, you came in here with a brand new combination, tried to play a little strategy. Tell me what happened.
We came in here, we got our first run in, went just as a kind of a test pass, see how everything was going to go. Everything worked out all right. We saw that we had plenty of extra fuel left over, so what we were trying to do was, since we know that we didn't have the highest horsepower truck, we were going to try and cheat a little bit, spray a little bit of nitrous down low, and try and pull a big torque number up just to get the combination we wanted. The truck really wants to wind up. It doesn't want to, for that much nitrous and whatnot, it wasn't wanting to have it that down low.
So a little bit of strategy on the dyno that didn't work out for Zach, but the truck's good to go for the rest of the competition.
My name's Alan Burke. I'm from Geneva, Ohio. Got a 2007 Chevy 2500 6.6 Duramax, full build engine by Wagler, single S475, 300% injectors, dual fueler S&S pumps. It's got a full billet trans by FTK Diesel, billet input, intermediate output, clutches are gone through, valve body, DPC quad disc converter. I would say the best strength of this truck is going to be the team, honestly. I mean, everything else seems strong, but you know, without the team, if we can't fix it, without them, we got it. I mean, if it breaks, we got to fix it, and that's what's, I think, going to hold it together, is just the team. The engine feels strong, the tranny's strong, so I mean, I'm not too worried.
Alan Burke made 2 attempts here on the dyno today. The number's not what you were really hoping for, but how is the truck after all you've been through?
Truck's great. I mean, everyone knows, anyone that saw yesterday's knows we had some real big issues in the economy test. Got those figured out today. I mean, the engine temp's staying cool, tranny's staying cool, everything's healthy. I mean, as long as I make it through the event, I'm happy.
At this point, they basically have nothing to lose. 2 days down, 2 more to go. That's going to wrap up Dyno Day here at ATS, and we saw some big surprises. A few guys that didn't really care for the numbers their truck was able to put on the rollers today. That didn't apply to Cody Cook, however. He was the star of the show, over 1,400 uncorrected horsepower. Pretty stout. We'll take the evening off and we'll regroup tomorrow morning at Bandimere Speedway. We'll be towing trailers, we'll be drag racing. We're a long way from finished with the 2018 Diesel Power Challenge. 2 days down and 2 to go. We're only halfway home.